Hello again, good people. I want to take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you to this episode. I understand that on the other episode we were talking about the impact of stress on our mental health. Now today I want to welcome everyone to get to know the impact of stress on our own physical health. On behalf of Mind Matters Initiative, thank you so much for setting time aside to come and watch this video today. Now, straight ahead, let's look into the impacts of stress on our own physical health. We understand what physical health means. It's the outer part of our bodies, the whole of our bodies. Now, the impact number one of stress on our physical health is let's look at the cardiovascular system. What do I mean by the cardiovascular system? It's all about the heart and the chest. Now, how does stress affect our cardiovascular system? Now, when it comes to chronic stress, that stress that has been there for a longer period of time in an individual, when this person experiences this prolonged stress without seeking professional help, they end up developing hypertension or high blood pressure. We have the cases of increased heart rates and so on, like elevated cholesterol level in the blood. Now, when these cardiovascular reactions increase in a person, they might end up being at the risk of developing heart diseases and other chronic cardiovascular diseases. Now, another impact of stress on the physical health, there is the immune system. We understand everything about our immune system. It's all about the ability of our own body to fight the diseases that may be affecting it. Now, prolonged stress ends up reducing the level of immune system of the body such that it makes it more prone to illnesses. And also, when this person is under recovery, the stress may inhibit the process of recovery, or in other words, I might say it may slow down the process of recovery, making this person's progress be very slow. Now, another part of our physical health that may be largely affected by the stress, to be specific, chronic stress, it's the gastrointestinal part of our body. Now, what do I mean by this? This is all about the digestive system. You might find that those individuals being confronted by prolonged stress, they might have an irritable bowel syndrome. Their stomachs may end up bloating. The cases of ulcers, the cases of stomach aches and acid reflux. All these are as a result of one having stress and they may not be knowing. There's also this part of the musculoskeletal system, all about the muscles in our body. To be specific, the muscles around the neck region, the shoulder, and the back pains. Now, an individual facing chronic stress, they end up developing muscle tensions, thus resulting in pains in their muscles throughout the body. Now, we have the part of the endocrine system. What do I mean by endocrine system? The endocrine system is all about the hormones that are in the body. To be specific, we are looking at the stress hormones, which is known as the cortisol hormone. Now, this cortisol hormone is produced by the adrenal glands that are just above the kidney, whereby it is responsible for regulating metabolism in the body, maintaining the blood sugar levels, and also the blood pressure. Now, the body's natural response to stress is that this adrenal hormone known as cortisol is now released so that it can maintain the metabolic imbalances in the body that are as a result of the stress, or as a result of a person being triggered by stress. Now, when this persistent release of cortisol hormone is constantly or consistent in the body, it now creates to it now creates a person to have hormonal imbalances. Thus, when this person has hormonal imbalances, the insulin levels are now unable to be regulated, because the high cortisol levels creates a resistance to this insulin. Now, when this happens in the body, the person might end up being at a risk of developing diabetes. We all know what diabetes is. Now, after looking at that, we have the reproductive system. How does stress affect our reproductive systems generally? When you look at the case of women, those women undergoing maybe prolonged relationship issues that are not being solved, they might end up developing hormonal imbalances whereby they have irregular menstrual cycles, infertility. They might end up failing to get pregnant, or they are infertile. When you look at the cases of males, you find that those males who are confronted by the thought of job insecurity at their workplaces, they might have low testosterone hormones in their systems. Now, we also have the part of our respiratory system. We understand respiratory system is all about the breathing system. Now, we have those individuals who might be living with conditions like asthma. When they are triggered with the stress, for example, in a work environment, they might find the work-related activities are too much for them. Thereby, when it ends up developing into stress, they end up having a frequent severe asthma attack in their environments because of this pressure that they might find in their workplace. Now, stress may also cause hyperventilation or shortness of breath because of the pressure, particularly to those individuals who are prone to anxiety disorders and all kinds of panic attacks and fears. Now, the last aspect of our physical health that we are looking at where stress affects is the skin. I understand that the skin is the larger part of our physical appearance. Now, how does stress affect the skin among human beings? We have, in cases of women who may be experiencing stress, we may find that around their faces there is a lot of acne. Yeah, this acne is often attributed to a person undergoing a lot of stress that is unresolved, or frustrations and all those kinds of pressures. We also have the cases of eczema. Apart from eczema, we also have the inflammatory response, which is triggered by the high levels of stress in the body. Now, this affects the skin healing process and the repair process. Now, we understand that these are just some of the impacts of stress on our own physical health. There might be more effects of this stress on the physical health that I might have not touched. You are free to comment or just add a suggestion in the comment section. It will all be appreciated and taken into account. Thank you again for listening to me today. Bye bye. Until next time.